so nice having you on. You're our first guest.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do the like. Oh, stop. That's enough of that. Yeah, you know me. I love that effect. That effect is my favorite thing.
Wait, you're telling me they weren't real people?
What are you talking about? They absolutely were real people.
Okay, thank God. Had me worried there for a second.
So, as you guys might have heard from all of my promises in my previous episodes, I've been saying that I have been wanting to bring guests forever, so now I finally have one of my closest friends here.
Aww,
Yay!
yay!
And we're gonna talk about we're gonna start talking about theater, because we did theater together in school, and so we went to the same university. We're not talking about names and locations and places and stuff. We're keeping it low key. We're keeping it.
We're not gonna dox ourselves.
We're not gonna dox ourselves. We're keeping it I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I don't want anybody online knowing my location. It's just never a good idea. Whenever I accidentally mention it, I bleep it out because.
I really want to say it now.
No, you can't. Then I have to edit. No, I edit anyway. I've been trying to edit. Out of the oohs and ahs.
Then I'll give you more to edit.
Oh my god.
We went to bleep.
Bleep bleep university.
Bleep bleep.
But
university.
yes, we were part of the theater department together, and that's where we met. And we also did, she is actually one of the stars of TF, the movie that I have talked about many times on the podcast. If you're on YouTube, on this channel, you can find, demonetized again, as this always is, Tranny Faggot. You can find the short film, you're on YouTube, this YouTube channel, but if you're on Spotify, I'll link it in the description. But go head over there and watch it if you haven't already. Arielle is killer in it. She plays she plays our killer bad guy, and she fucking slays, you guys.
Oh my gosh,
oh
thank
my god
you.
So
thank you.
So should we talk more about that process?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with you.
Oh my god.
That I was reminded of this morning.
Oh no.
Because I was submitting to a project, film theater project.
As she is wont to do.
As I am wont to do. And of course, I have my theater resume with all of my notable performances on it.
Notable.
Mm-hmm.
No, 100%.
Yeah. And when I was building my resume, I didn't exactly know how to put your short film
you're so right.
on it.
It certainly is the worst thing to put on a resume.
If I put T.F. what, and people ask oh, what does that mean? What does it stand for? I'm like,
you're gonna have to say a slur.
And then I also can't put the full name of the project. Because I would never work again and get so canceled.
But if they watched it, they would know.
If they would know. But they're not going to take 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes.
It's only
of your
15
life.
minutes. You better watch it.
Casting directors, please watch it. Thank you.
She's literally fantastic in it.
Gosh.
No joke. She makes this film. You guys, seriously. She did a lot of our fight choreography too. Just mastermind.
Thank you.
Gotta say.
But so my solution, and we could talk about that as well, but my solution to this was to put TR, asterisks, 3 asterisks.
That's a good thing to do.
And then Y, and then F, asterisk, T. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I get asked about it, and I'm like, oh, well, I can't say the name of the title. But once I was in an audition.
Really?
This was last year.
Oh, no.
I was in an audition. I walked in. I gave my slate, did my monologue, and then the guys, and I knew one of the guys on the casting panel was like him and his boss on the panel, and the boss asked me, he was like, so I just have one question about a project that you have on your resume, and he asked me, he was like, so it's this T, and then it's like censored, and he was like, is it tit? I can't figure out the word. I'm like, no, it's not titty. This is not a porno. Oh my god, I would not do that.
No.
And B, well, not for no money.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Not for free, baby.
Yeah.
Come on. Every girl's got their price.
I do not. I don't film pornos.
This just in, Lou Conrad films porno. But yeah. So I was really awkward for them, not for me. I mean,
oh yeah.
And I didn't get a call back, so fuck that.
Boo. Yeah, honestly, fuck that. Fuck them. Because if they had do you have a reel by chance? Because you should. You should ask Andre for your. So another friend of mine, who I had in a film class, Andre. Did I introduce you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. He made
Andre
a short
worked
film
on TF.
Yeah, Andre worked on TF, and he made a short film. And I recommended you.
The Man Who Knew Too Little.
It was the man. No, that's a famous movie.
Sorry.
But the man who delivered packages.
Who delivered packages.
And I don't know if it was
I clearly know a lot about film history. I don't know if it's on YouTube. It is on IMDb.
Yes, I have to get back in touch with him because he's really cool and he does a lot of film now. But you were in his project. And that should be in your reel, because I saw you were really good in it.
Thank you. I never saw that project.
What?
I
saw the trailer for it.
I never saw it. And they put duct tape over my mouth in one scene, and we had to film it a whole bunch of times, and I ripped a little part of my lip off.
No.
That's no way to them. That's the fact that we didn't think about how much duct tape hurts when you... Yeah. We were pulling it off gently. It wasn't on that tight, and I still split my lip, which is like...
Oh, no.
Not
well, because when you do it multiple times when you're in film, it's like you have to... It like... Oh my god.
And I'm a props girly, so I really should have known better. I really should have said, like, hey, we should probably make the middle part of this tape not sticky.
Yeah,
big brain.
Fuck with it. You're so right. Big brain.
Big brain.
Arielle has done many professional productions in props.
That's not untrue.
It is not untrue. She's designed a lot of things. Unfortunately, there is absolutely no money in that, so there is. Yeah. So it is kind of impossible.
Unless you're designing for a school.
Oh yeah.
Where we are.
Yeah.
Or if you are hired full times by a props department at a big regional theater.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's sad.
Anyway.
Very sad.
I really enjoy doing it. I always tell props or people that being a props designer is really professional thrifting / antiquing and professional arts and crafts.
Professional arts and crafts.
Yes. I want to do arts and crafts professionally.
And you're right about that. You are so good at arts and crafts, by the way.
Am I? Can you get good at arts and crafts?
Yes, you can. Oh my god. Okay, so for Halloween, Arielle was Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
But you can't just be Chapel Roan. You have to be a specific look of Chapel Roan. And
I should say, you have to have the vibe.
You do.
You have to bring, if you don't have the energy.
If you don't know Arielle, if you haven't, because most of the people who are listening to this, I assume, are people who know me. But if you are, by chance, someone who does not know me, then Arielle is welcome. That's crazy. Welcome. Arielle is a redhead, a curly redhead, a beautiful redhead.
Aw, thank you.
And so that is what Chapel Roan is, and she gives the vibes because when you meet her, are you tall?
No.
Yeah, but you feel tall.
Really?
Yeah, I would say you feel tall, probably because of the heels. You have a tall personality.
Thank you.
I would say you're like you're a tall person.
It's in the hair. The secret's in the hair.
Yeah, it poofs. Yeah. It's curly.
Her hair's so big. That's why it's Her hair's full of secrets. That's why it's so big.
It's full of secrets.
It's full of secrets.
Oh my god. Let me make sure that this. Yep, it's still
all
going.
Good. It's
sometimes
still going.
sometimes my computer decides to like go to sleep. You keep
Same.
talking.
Me too. I also decide to go to sleep sometimes.
I need to like fix these settings because sometimes the settings on my computer are set to like eco-friendly settings, and so sometimes it'll just like go to sleep.
And Lou hates the environment, so they want to be as un-eco-friendly as possible.
I hate the environment,
but,
and so
yeah.
I have to. But yeah, back to what we were talking about. Arielle made this great Halloween costume and like made these paper mache horns. Made paper mache. Like
It was so
I'm
easy.
not
This
crafty.
is the second year in a row that I've paper mache part of my Halloween costume specifically for Lou's Halloween party.
That's true. I do a Halloween party every year. It's kind of the only party my house throws because we're kind of like quiet people, I would say, most of the time. We're very much like chill folks. As I've said before, I live in a boy house. I live with a bunch of boys. Boy house.
I have
love
the
boy house.
Girl house to juxtapose their boy house.
And that's why I go visit it all the time because, as you know, I am non-binary and I need both.
Oh, it's also not because
Yeah.
one of your best friends and your girlfriend live there.
Yeah,
like.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, Arielle lives with my girlfriend, so that's kind of cool. And
Yeah.
we live really close, and so we
we're
get to like
a 6-minute walk.
Yeah, we're a 6-minute walk. It's kind of an amazing little community we
It was
have.
a real commute here today, folks.
It really. We came here so. She came here so quick. It was really
Yeah.
It was great, and thank you again for being here. This is great.
Anytime.
This
my
is
dear.
great. It's very like I'll have to see how this mic sounds because like you guys were using one mic, so we're in this situation because I only have one mic because this is a delicate operation here. This is a small operation and. I just don't give a shit. I'm gonna jank the way I want to jank,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
fake it till you make it,
Fake
baby.
it till you make it. Absolutely. I hope. Well, you're a loud person, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna hear you.
Yeah, I know how to project.
She knows
I'm
how to project.
literally a tour guide.
Oh my god, yeah,
and
you are a tour
I give
guide.
tours in loud, crowded bars. So I gotta be louder than the drunk. Than the drunk sports fans trying to watch their fucking basketball, hockey, football, whatever's happening.
Absolutely.
And who cares? They should listen to my tour.
They should listen.
It's more interesting anyway.
Also, Arielle is an aficionado of like so many things.
Oh my god,
like
thank
places to go, places to be, places to eat.
If you need a recommendation, baby, I got you.
She really does.
I really do.
Like you ask her anything, like she'll know about a market, she'll know about, but of course, like this is like for friends in our specific city, which we won't name, but like I suppose
I can cover other cities
she
too.
also can cover other cities.
She's a traveler.
She is a traveler. She's
traveling, so I have only spent money on travel this week. Because I was talking
She's a jet setter, guys.
Thank you, yes. No, I just got people demanding that I go places. And I say, I don't have the money to, but like, okay.
Arielle also has friends everywhere.
I also I have friends, period, question mark?
Yes, you do. Come on. You have friends all over the world. And you have so many friends, so many, like, one of the things I admire about you is how, like, you're so genuine with so many people and you can maintain a huge friend group. Like, that's a really hard thing to do, is to, like, really be that kind and caring about every one of your friends and, like, really think about them. I don't know. It's just something I really admire about you. Is that, like, that's something that I struggle with is, like, sort of being like, oh, I want to make sure that I'm as kind as I can to all of my friends, but sometimes, it slips my mind and sometimes, but, like, I want, it's I kind of have that kind of that flavor of ADHD where it's like you forget about something for a while, but then like you get back to the person and you're like, it's like you never
and I definitely have friends like that. Like I'm not constantly every week seeing all of my friends, but that's also because we all live very different lives. Like I just recently texted one of my very close friends, and
You just whispered it to me.
yeah, and I haven't seen her in months, and honestly, like,
I
really
fucking
bad.
love her.
It's really bad because I barely talked to her, but she's busy. She a bad bitch accountant. It's her busy season.
She's amazing. I love her.
But I know the next time I see her, it's gonna be like nothing ever happened, and we could just resume as normal. And
Arielle and I also both have ADHD.
yeah,
Is that really okay to say? Is it okay to because I talk about my ADHD on here all the time. It's like it's my safe space.
I've been diagnosed and like very public about it since I was 13. And I'm 25, so I think people know.
I think people know.
Yes. I also advertently kind of started mentioning my ADHD early on dates.
Oh, really? Okay,
yes.
How does that go?
Usually fine. It usually just comes up in conversation because we'll be talking about, something, like I'll be going down a hyperfixation rabbit hole, or they'll be like, oh my gosh, how do you know all of these random facts, or like we'll be talking about mental health or something. I'll just make like a quippy, like, I don't know, man, that's just my flavor of ADHD. But recently I've gone on a couple dates with this guy, and this like very much came up in conversation, but we got kind of deep into it really quickly, where I was like, you know what, I like can't even bullshit, like ADHD is neurodivergence. Because I got into some theater drama. I think this was actually like our first date that I was telling this stuff about, which I'm like, sorry, this is a lot to drop on a first date, but like, if you're a good conversationalist, I'm gonna have a good conversation with you.
And
like,
you're right. You're a deep person.
Thank you.
You have a lot to say.
And when I was thinking about, why I was telling all of this to him, like someone I barely knew, and he was also like very appreciative that I was saying this. He was like, thank you for being so open, and I'm glad you feel comfortable talking about these things. And like, I'm comfortable with it as long as, you're comfortable with it, which is very sweet. I was like processing, why I was okay doing all of this. And I was like, honestly, what you see is what you get with me, right?
Yeah.
And I think the more I think about that, the truer I realize it is that my ADHD, but also who I am as a person and what I've done to manage my ADHD, I just realized I don't have the capacity or the desire to like bullshit who I am.
Yeah, to
right?
be fake.
To be fake, which is so funny because I know I'm a very authentic person and I try to live my life very authentically, and it always weeds out fake people because thank you, snap louder. But it always weeds out fake people because they see me being authentic, and this is not me. I mean, sorry if this makes me sound like I have an inflated ego. I'm just trying to say nice things about myself.
Yeah, but that's what this podcast is about. You say nice things about yourself because you are great.
Oh,
that's what
thanks,
I've been
babe.
doing. I've been saying nice things about myself, and this is a space to do that.
Yes.
I feel like so.
Yes, this is individualized therapy.
This is.
Yeah, welcome to our DBT session.
Oh god.
Sorry.
We're all in therapy.
We're all in there. I'm trying to become a therapist, actually. That's another conversation.
I know you're trying to become a therapist.
Why do you think I'm applying a master's of social work program?
I thought you were just social work. Social work is different than, well, not different, but I thought you were like gonna be doing, I don't know, social work is different.
We're gonna put a pin in this.
Put a pin.
Because this is a conversation we have to have.
This is a conversation we have to have.
But I try to be very authentically nice and welcoming and accessible, and like friendly and open, and it really weeds out the fake people theater. And Because
we've had some times.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And because they see me being like nice and kind, and they're like, oh, she's so fake.
Because they're being fake.
And
so
they're being like saccharine.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to be
saccharine. Okay, I don't know that word. What does that mean?
Like super, super sweet, like overly sweet.
Arielle also reads a lot and is very smart.
Thank you. I like big vocabulary.
Arielle knows big words.
Arielle knows big words.
If somebody uses a big word, I always have a policy of never be afraid to, like, ask what it means, because then you'll learn a new word. So what's the word again?
Saccharine.
Saccharine. So that's if somebody's being overly sweet.
Well, it's not necessarily somebody. It just means overly sweet.
So if you're eating something, it can be saccharine.
It could be saccharine.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's
the more you know.
It's one of my favorite words. Because I think it could, well, the way I like to use it is in a little bit of a biting sense.
No, but that's so cool. That's so cool. I love that for you.
Yeah. Lou and I are also in a book club.
We are.
Lou reads a lot of books as well, I should mention, because we are like 2 of the 6 members of this 15-person book club who actually read the book. This is no shade to our other friends in the book club.
No tea, no shade.
No tea, no shade. But if you're in book club and you are hearing this, please respond to the group me and then join our regular group chat. Thank you.
Yes, because we want you and we love you and we're friends.
Yes. And we recently decided to restructure book club.
We decided to restructure it.
We'll see.
I
think it'll work.
I think so. We used to have like a voting system, and now we're like
we're just too democratic.
are gonna pick, because people won't answer the group chat because there's 15 people in this book club.
Turns out authoritarianism works.
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Oh no! You can't say that in this political climate. You can't say that in this political climate. She doesn't mean it. She doesn't mean it. You guys.
I only mean that in a book club context.
You only
can cut this all out.
No, it's. Do you want me to cut this out?
Maybe just that part.
It's like a little. It's a little silly. It's a little funny. Okay, I'll cut it out if you want me to cut it out.
Sorry, I'm actually just really funny.
Yeah, you're really funny.
Thank you.
There are some jokes that we could say on here that would be even more inappropriate, and I feel like
nobody wants to hear the jokes I say to Lou.
Yes, about each other.
And vice versa.
We joke a lot about each other, and it's often like, we are both a part of political minorities. Unfortunately, we are walking political statements.
Unfortunately, please.
Well, it's fun to say unfortunately because it's, I don't know, but it is fortunately, because it means that we understand a lot more about the world and a lot more about people's lived experience, and we have a lot more empathy for each other.
It means that I only rip out clumps of hair on a daily basis.
Especially in this current time.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Oh my God, thank you. I really try.
This is really fun to bounce back and forth off a person.
It's because I was really lame in high school.
Stop. Okay. It wasn't that I was lame, it was that I was a dork, and that people didn't understand me.
That's fair.
And it was especially in middle school. I got bullied in middle school. Did you get bullied?
You know, jury's still out on that one.
You can't tell?
Like, genuinely, jury is still, because there were definitely like 1 or 2 instances where I was like, yes, this is definitely bullying, and I need to meet this bitch outside. And like, listen, I've always been a feisty little, I don't know, fighter.
Yeah. She also boxes.
I do.
Arielle's kind of the coolest person ever. I don't know if you know this.
Stop. Please tell everybody. Thank you. I mean, here's the thing about, like, being cool.
Yeah.
The huge air quotes, if you can hear those.
Listen to the air quotes.
I feel like people tell me that I'm cool, or they think I'm cool, and I will literally never believe them. Because
that's crazy.
Well, to me, I'm just like, oh, I'm just doing my thing.
That's crazy.
I don't think I'm cool.
I think you're very
honestly,
cool.
I think I'm really fucking weird.
That's so
but I I don't know. I've come to the conclusion that I will never perceive myself as cool. And you know what? I think at the end of the day, that is the coolest people. Like, guys, do you really think that, you know, Julia Fox and Charlie XCX see themselves or, like, think of themselves as cool? And they are the coolest fucking cool girls.
But
ever.
also, I would argue that, like, you should, like, people, like, it's important to have moments of being like, man, I'm really cool.
I think
Do
of
you
it
have
from, like,
those?
I think, like, every so often where it's like, yes, I did decide to go on a 500-person ski trip in France. And
Yes.
now I'm partying on a table outside at après-ski on a mountain. Yes, that is objectively really fucking cool. It is actually something I did. But I don't think that makes me a cool person. Like, there are cool moments.
Cool moments.
I think the second you recognize yourself as a cool person, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's all downhill from there, but you gotta stay humble.
I wholeheartely disagree with you, but, like, that's okay. I think humbleness, there's a
Humility.
humility,
Sorry.
whatever. Humility, I feel like there's a
Sorry.
it's okay. It's the ADHD.
It's the ADHD.
She was looking at her phone, and I was like, "You can't look at your
I'm
phone."
sorry, I have a dinner party tomorrow. We were talking about
and that's totally fair.
food.
That's totally fair.
We're doing vegan Chinese food.
But we're in it. We're
Sorry,
in it. It's okay.
continue.
It's okay. I appreciate you. Not to be
Likewise.
that person. What on earth was I talking about? I was saying
Being
my
cool.
opinions on coolness. I think that it's like I think there's a degree to which one should be like, I am the cool. I think that one should be like, look in the mirror and be like, I'm really cool and I'm great and I deserve to have good things in my life.
That's fair.
You know?
I think cool people have to have confidence. And I think that's where you're coming from.
It's like you have to have, because it's like, I think that, like, the idea that humility means that you can't have confidence and that you have to be self-deprecating, I think is wrong.
I don't necessarily think that humility means self-deprecation or not being confident, but I think you have to keep yourself grounded. Right? And I think that I don't know, because with my lived experience.
Yes.
And
Holding
perspective.
space.
Yeah.
For the lyrics of Defying Gravity.
Oh, always. We're holding space.
She's holding my finger right now. Like Ariana Grande.
Yes. What was I saying?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think you have to stay grounded and, like, I don't know, remember who you are and, like, where you're coming from and
That you're not better than anyone?
Yeah, because it's so easy to get swept up in coolness, and because it obviously is, like, popularity as well.
So fun to
or
be
like
cool.
It's so related to popularity that you can't get swept up in the popularity contest and the social climbing and lose yourself. And so many people do.
Yeah.
And that's, like, where the fakeness comes from.
Maybe the perspective that I'm coming from is that I have always had an inherent just, like, about that, and so it's always been really easy for me to not be swept up in that.
So
and
you're
like
saying an inherent, like, aversion to social climbing?
Yeah, because I kind of, like, because it goes against my values of, like, really, you know, like, valuing, like, people and loyalty and actual, you know.
Hey, Lou?
What?
Can I tell you a secret?
What's your secret?
Being really grounded in your values and a really value-driven person is an ADHD thing.
Okay, and again, like I've said before, like I didn't know that I had ADHD until like this year.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I have so many friends with ADHD, and I kind of didn't really know. Like, we were in book club the other day, remind you, with our like 5 people that came, and like literally like what, like 4 out of the 5 people, like we were in a room
ADHD.
like we're half ADHD.
We all had fidgets. I had 4 beverages on the table.
And I just had no idea, and everyone was like, yeah, we knew you had ADHD.
Yeah.
Like, everybody had said that to me.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But actually, your ADHD, like your age of diagnosis is actually not average, but in the average age range of when nearly half the people diagnosed with ADHD get diagnosed.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I think that makes a lot of sense, because like I suddenly, like, there was no structure to my life anymore, and I had to make my own structure, and like by getting getting work, having work, getting job, and that I didn't realize that when you go into theater, it is so unstructured. Yeah. And so based on gig work, rather than in the schooling for theater, it is so much more based on like a school. So it's like there's so much structure and course requirements. And so I was like, oh, I'm an ace at this, because I know exactly how, I was always just really, really good in school. And so they never picked up on my ADHD because
absolutely.
I figured it out.
So, when people are diagnosed very young with ADHD, and by very young, I mean, I don't know the exact age ranges, but it's, I believe, typically between like 8 and 14, 8 and 15, something like that, adolescent. It's because they are exhibiting signs of ADHD that are very typical for cis male children, cis male adolescents, and that manifests differently, or ADHD tends to manifest differently in cis male and cis female.
Again, cisgender, like I said before, means you don't identify, you identify as the gender you were assigned at birth, as opposed to transgender.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think people know, but also, what if they don't?
But you never know.
You never know. And I want to say, it's not a slur, like Elon Musk says. It is just, it's a way to describe people.
I just listened to
it doesn't mean anything mean.
2-hour-long podcast episode of why Elon Musk is the way that he is.
Oh my God. Okay, continue. Say what you're going to say, because I was really interested in what you were saying.
I should say cis male and female, but also whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah. They haven't done a lot of research on trans people anyway, like, so in general, because they as you maybe have seen from the news, a lot of people don't like us, but I feel like it's just those people shock and awing us. There's a lot more people who like us than who don't like us.
I'm gonna leave it at cis male and female for simplification,
and you're right,
of diagnosis.
Yeah. That's the research that has been done.
Where cis females tend to get diagnosed in their mid to late 20s. Wow. So a full, 10 to 15 years after cis males. And that's because all of the research, or most of the research, the preliminary research that has been done into ADHD, and I should also say that the research into ADHD is still fairly recent, as in, a lot has been discovered in the past 20 years. A lot has changed, especially in the last, 10 years. But all of that preliminary research, when you think of ADHD symptoms, you think of, a hyperactive kid who can't sit still in class, who's always interrupting the teacher. That's because that's how cis males present. But in cis females, it is very different. It's a lot of that highly intelligent and thrives in school but burns out quickly. It's the anxiety. Yeah, it's the gifted child syndrome. Baby, if you were a gifted child, now you're a burned out mid-20s something. Go get yourself checked for ADHD.
Whoa.
I swear to God.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yes.
Should also talk to Sydney about this.
Yes. Sydney is another one of my good friends who
recently got diagnosed with ADHD. Officially. Mazel tov!
Yay! I also want to bring her on the podcast because she is a prominent sex educator.
Yes!
And I would really love to talk to her more about that.
Is the most talented pole dancer.
Yeah, she's incredible.
She's
blows also
my
just
mind.
A lovely person, and she loves Disney Channel original movies just like me. And we have so many thoughts on them. So
yes.
Yeah. But you also have thoughts on Disney Channel original movies.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, honestly. DCOMs.
DCOM.
A DCOM.
DCOM.
But that's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's still a lot to be learned about how to, manage ADHD and what it means for people. And I personally am still learning. Like, I was really fortunate because I got diagnosed at a very early age, and I am a cis female, and I got diagnosed at like 12 years old, which is really rare. But, I also have a twin brother who presented very typically. I, according to my therapist, my current therapist, I should add, have all the key identifications of ADHD. And she's like, yeah, you're really textbook. And I'm like, thanks, queen. I try. Thank you. So I got really fortunate. But just because I was diagnosed at an early age does not mean I have known how to manage my ADHD or was given the proper tools for ADHD management that entire time. Yeah. Because I was also a minor, and I just did, what my mom told me to, and she just listened to the psychotherapist. But he didn't necessarily know what was best for me, and I didn't know what to do in those psychotherapy sessions where they're prescribing, ADHD medication or certain forms of therapy. And it was hard for a long time because I actually ended up on a medication that I think caused like more harm than good to me. And I did not know until way later, until I had chosen by myself to stop taking that medication, that I was allowed to advocate for myself and switch my medication. Or like with the therapist I had growing up, I didn't feel that the form of therapy, which was cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, I didn't think it was working for me, and I didn't like the CBT methods or the sessions, but I enjoyed being in therapy.
Do you remember what the difference is between DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy, and cognitive behavioral therapy? Because those are like really big ones. Do you remember what like the
Not
elements
off the
of
top
cognitive?
Of my head.
Because there's something about how those are two different therapy techniques that come in. Well, they're very typical in the therapy space, and like different people like different things, different strokes for different folks. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could look it up, like what they are. But
okay, I found it.
Oh, you found it? So, okay, Arielle just looked it up on her phone.
So CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy, emphasizes like pinpointing challenging or negative thoughts, and working on dismantling those,
like in the present.
Yeah. Or like negative thoughts about yourself or about a situation, things like that. And DBT focuses on emotional regulation. So if you have, this is generally speaking, and of course everybody is different, but if you, or you know what, fuck it, I'll just talk about myself.
Yeah.
Part of my ADHD, the more I was in therapy and learned more about, therapy speak and kind of psychoanalyzing myself. It's fine. That's a normal thing to do.
I do that too.
I found that I had problems with emotional regulation, specifically when I was feeling overstimulated or anxious. And I do shocker, have a diagnosed anxiety disorder as well. That's also comorbid with ADHD. It's really cute. It's fun.
It's really cute. Me too.
But you know what? Sometimes labels are helpful, because now my brain is... Now I'm not just like, what is happening to me? I'm like, oh, I can identify what is happening to me.
And like,
great.
And there's also like strats to like help you get through it and regulate.
Yeah.
I feel like
so that's what DBT is learning those strategies, and what works best for you for emotional regulation. And in the long term, personally, I think that is more helpful, because I think it is, I don't want to say a moot point, but I think it's less efficient, and also maybe it doesn't put you in the best mindset when you're only focusing on the negative.
I mean, I would argue that, like, I think using a combo, like, I mean, I know that through my therapy journey, which has been extensive, and you guys have heard about it, is like, I've done a combo of CBT and DBT, and like, I think in some ways, like, I needed to tackle like the situations first before, and understand them and break them down before, like, in conjunction with also learning how to regulate my emotions when they're happening, because I wanted to be able to like figure out how to like stop them, like stop the thoughts, not just get through them, but to also like work to make them not be as much of a thing anymore. Because those kinds of thoughts, if you've ever had like, everybody's had anxious thoughts before. Everybody's had like even if you don't have an anxiety disorder, so many of us nowadays have an anxiety disorder, and I think it's because of too much social media. But like, as you know, I'm a hater. I'm a social media hater.
Social media hater.
I am. Even though I'm on it, like, I have like a 45-minute timer for every day. Like, I really try to like not be on it, because it really does not do well with my mental health. But I feel the need to be informed, especially now in the political climate, because like, you kind of can't trust newspapers. Whole thing.
This also, I should add, it's really hard to be in the arts and not have social media.
Yes.
Because you need to market yourself, which that's a whole other conversation.
Awful. I've talked about it. Oh my God. It sucks.
Lou, put me on your podcast again and we could talk about it.
Absolutely.
But B, you find out about so many events and opportunities via social media, and that is the only place they are marketed.
Yeah, there really aren't any.
It's fine.
Because like, it's just where stuff is happening, and it's really tough, because like, it's also where so much negativity, and I mean, I'm sure you all have experienced the amount of negativity and hate, and so I think, you know, everybody could benefit from like learning how to regulate and dismantle and break down your emotions. I think there should be
1 week a year where we shut off all social media.
I agree. We press a button and we shut them off.
Where we force people to go outside and touch grass.
Like in Ready Player One. Have you seen?
I have not.
Have you? Oh, it's great. I want to have an episode where I talk about my favorite genre. You die in the game, you die for real. It's one of my favorite movie and TV genres.
Tropes? Yeah.
Yes, it's so fun. It's just video game bullshit where they go into the video game. Guys, as soon as, not to be off topic, but as soon as they invent like a video game where you can go into the video game, like, not this bullshit meta nonsense. Like, I'm talking about, like, you go in and it's like a magical fantasy world and it's beautiful and it looks like real life.
That's
and
where you're gonna live.
That's where, not live, like, I'm gonna go just play there all of the time.
Yeah.
And you'll never see me again.
Okay, if you... Fair.
But I'll make you come there too.
Live.
It'll be great. You'll come with me.
If you could choose one,
you could be a magical
video
fairy.
game that exists now for you to
be in. Oh, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, they're too scary. A lot of the ones that I want to, like, they're too scary. Like,
there's like 3 correct answers.
What, you think I would want to be in Stardew Valley?
Yeah.
I would not. It would be hell.
Listen, I want to be in Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
And or Animal Crossing.
You would want to be an animal? I would craft on an island. No. I'm talking about, I want a sword. Okay, my guilty pleasure anime is Sword Art Online, and they have a great system for level. I want to be in Sword Art Online. I'm so sorry. I know it's problematic, but I want to be in there. You don't know this. You don't understand because you're not into anime. That's a different discussion entirely. Tell me more about, well, while we have some time,
Yeah.
Tell me more about this Elon Musk podcast that you watched,
Okay.
because I'm kind of really fascinated.
Okay.
I know, because, like, we kind of love to talk about politics. Like, we're kind of very,
which we'll attempt to not do here.
Yeah, we'll attempt to, because we have, I mean, I'm not, shy about my political opinions on here, and I had a whole episode on politics, but, like, it's really not as fun nowadays to talk. I mean, okay, so something I saw today that I want to point out too is that if you are feeling like really upsetty spaghetti right now, as I am about politics, there are a lot of really great resources going around for how to, like, stay grounded and how to do something and not pre-consent to what's going on. So, like, if you're, like, upsetty about it, which I am, like, I would recommend, like, going to AOC's story on her Instagram, because she did this Instagram live earlier that I watched today, and it's actually really informative and really, it also gives call to action, which is, like, and tells you exactly what you can do to be helpful. So, like, if you're thinking about that, like, or also just any. Hopefully there are other Democrats who are doing it, but I don't follow any other ones, so maybe I should. But yeah, just a PSA. Okay, what were you saying?
Okay,
tell me about this podcast. I'm so fascinated.
So why can I name drop the podcaster?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was listening to A Bit Fruity with Matt Bernstein because I've been on a search for new podcasts to listen to, and this one was very informative.
Oh, Arielle, I know a podcast.
Oh my god. I wonder what you're gonna say, Lou.
I know.
And he did this episode with two journalists who have really focused in on the Elon story. And he was like, so run me through Elon Musk's descent into fascism, right? Because as recently as 2018, he was at, global climate summits talking about how Tesla is going to save the environment, right? And how he strives to create products that will help reduce global warming.
Oh yeah, people were jazzed about him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I was jazzed. I was like, that's so cool that he's making.
Then we have an electric car,
and he's making them economic. They're making them affordable too, and making them for
define
the economy.
Affordable. But
what
yes.
I'm saying is that they're making them, like, be able to be mass produced and, like,
yes,
affordable,
and they actually work,
and not for the richest among us, like, but also, like, for, like,
no
somewhat.
Longer.
Well, yeah, no longer. But it used to be somewhat for the general public.
Right. And he was even posting things when he was first on Twitter in that, like, 2017, 2018, 2019 era, where he would be like, love is love. And,
and it was, like, cool.
He was generally liberal.
And he was also like, we're going to go to space. And he was going to, like, reignite, the space thing. And, like, that's...
Well, that's a whole other story.
That's a whole other story, but it's still like exploration and, like, because, like, the U.S. space program was, like, getting shut down and stuff like that, right? And so,
right.
And so, like, it's really exciting and stuff, and people were, like, jazzed. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, and of course I don't remember all the specific details, but it really sounds like it started in 2021, on the tail end of, peak pandemic. He started having a very public feud with one of his children who is trans.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because and it wasn't even necessarily about the fact that she was trans in the first place, that she is very outspoken politically and was very outspoken against capitalism and her father. Now, like, we could get into all of that because, like, technically, I mean, she's an incredible person, honestly, but technically she is still a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
So it's like, ooh, speaking of capitalism when you're a Nepo baby.
But it's also, like, I mean, that's still, like, big to, like, speak out about capitalism when you are a Nepo baby, because then you're like, oh, well, you at least acknowledge, but also then again, you are benefiting from
right, and
capitalism.
he essentially took extreme offense to this.
Didn't he disown her?
Yes, he very publicly disowned her at first because she was like, oh, I'm a socialist. And then he was like, actually, it's because you're trans and trans people like, I hate trans people. Don't take that quote out of context. That is Elon Musk saying that, not Arielle Greenspan, actually.
Don't worry. Arielle definitely loves trans people because she's a really great friend to me.
I love trans people. I just hate Lou.
Fuck off.
Never. You can't get rid of me.
And that's great. That's good.
Yay. And then it really just spiraled from there. And part of it, I think, is him having this huge crisis over the fact that he knows that he's a really terrible father and kind of a bad... Like, I genuinely think that Elon Musk knows that he is a bad person. And he is having this crisis that he cannot grapple with the fact that he's a bad person. So instead of trying to remedy that in any sort of productive or helpful way, he doubles the fuck down.
Yeah.
And then throws up a Nazi salute. So,
yeah, that was so, like... It's so confusing to me because people were like, yeah, he's throwing his heart out to people. And I'm like, I don't know, man. He did it in a way that... Because if he was throwing his heart out, he should have done this.
I do love all of the people... Lou, this is not a visual...
I know. It's not a visual medium. I'm throwing my arm out and going to my chest.
Plural.
My arm's out, but also, like... If he was going to do it one-handed, he could have taken it to his heart, as I'm doing right now.
And used his other hand.
Or just take out his heart on one hand and then throw it out at like a reasonable distance, like at a horizontal angle instead of at a diagonal angle.
Call it what it is. That was a full-on Nazi salute.
It really was.
Straight. Like, shoulder to out.
Well, and the fact that they didn't even, like justify it as, like, he's throwing his heart out to people. They had to call it a Roman salute.
Which is what a Nazi salute is.
Yeah.
Like, it was a Roman salute, and then the Nazis appropriated it, and now it's a Nazi salute.
Because it is a Nazi salute. You can't reclaim
just like, I'm sorry, you can't tell me a swastika is anything else but a swastika.
It is a swastika.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm Jewish, so you have to listen to me about that. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's how Arielle
That's an important part of the process.
That's how Arielle and I are political minorities. I'm not
Lou's
binary.
also Jewish.
No, I'm not. Don't be telling the people that. And there's nothing wrong. I'm just, I can't claim that because I'm not.
Yeah.
And I respect.
Thanks.
Respectful.
Thanks, Lou. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Okay, so how did we get from here to there? Did you find that out, or what did they talk about?
Well, I'd highly recommend listening to
this podcast?
The podcast episode. Again, it's a bit fruity with Matt Bernstein is the podcast name. And the episode title is, How Did Elon Musk Get Like That?
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you send that to me? Because I really want to listen to it.
Absolutely.
I'm very
I did want to send it to you right when I listened to this. And then I was like, Lou might not be in the space to want to listen to this right now.
To be honest with you, like, one would expect that because of all the horrible things happening that I would not be in the space because of who I am, but also the thing is, like, I look around me, like, personally, my life is pretty great. Like, personally, like, the only thing that's really difficult and missing in my life is, like, a full-time job, which I've talked about on here.
Overrated.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to ultimately do, is to be able to, like, provide and also just to do something, cool. I mean, I am doing things, but it's just, like, I'm just really jazzed to, like, go and, like, do something all the time, And so, because I know I've always been someone who, like, really I like working. I like doing things.
I recommend.
Yes.
And this is not a real recommendation because this is what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Going and getting another degree so you never have to work a entry-level position or in an office ever again.
I guess you're right, but I also just, like, I don't want to do that.
That's really valid.
And
I want to do that.
And that is great for you.
I did have... So, of course, when you apply for grad school, right, you have to get letters of recommendation, and you have to get them like academic letters of recommendation and professional letters of recommendation. And for my professional one, I asked an old coworker at the nonprofit that I used to work at, who I'm like very friendly with. I really like him. It also helps that he is a part-time adjunct professor at one of the schools I applied to, but that's neither here nor there. And when he submitted all of his recommendations for me, he let me know, and we were chatting a little bit, and he literally told me, he was like, I'm really glad that you are taking the steps to never ever have to be in an entry-level position ever again. And I'm like, that is the most enticing, compelling thing drawing me towards a grad program.
That's so good.
And like several tens of thousands more dollars spent on my education.
And that's fair. I think for me it's just that like I'm kind of like I really would like I feel like with the skills that I have in my degree currently and like how hard that I've worked to do that, like I feel like there's no way that I don't have the experience for something else full time, you know? And also like I'd rather do that before I decide getting a degree somewhere else, because something else is that like I love screenwriting, and like what if in the future, like later in life, I decided to get like a master's in screenwriting and then went to go screenwrite, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, you
like
could totally
like
do that.
that, like I would like to just like, you know, I think what's so cool about life is that it's so short but also so long.
Life is so long.
Life is so long, so you can like do whatever you want, you know?
Yeah,
and
that's very much my perspective of it. Like, I genuinely never thought I would be going back to grad school so soon after graduating. I mean,
Arielle's very smart.
Oh my god, thank you. It's been 3 years, almost 3 years since I've graduated, which feels like no time at all.
Absolutely.
But I have toyed with this idea of becoming a therapist or going into, you know, a mental health space. And that isn't to say that I don't think my undergraduate degree was worth it, and I'm not pivoting because I'm like, oh, I, you know, wasted all this time in my undergraduate degree and now I want to do something completely different. It's not. In fact, when I started learning about Masters of Social Work programs, I had the opportunity to speak with multiple current social workers, professors of social work, and social work students. And every time I met with one of these people, I mentioned, oh, you know, I studied theater and communications. I have my bachelor's in theater and communications, and this feels like a real pivot. And I know this is not a traditional pathway into social work. And every single time I've been stopped before I could even finish the sentence and been met with the response of, no, this is very on par. This is, first of all, there are no direct paths into social work. There's not one path into this career because there's so many things you could do with a degree or, you know, a future career in social work. But it also, the skills and the values of a theater and or a communications education feed in seamlessly into social work. And I really enjoy that. I think that's a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, I would never have known that I wanted to go into social work if it wasn't for my undergraduate experience. And for example, one of the things I want to explore more, whether that is through research or through practicum experience. So practicum is like working in the field while you're in classes, kind of like co-op.
Yeah, we did. We did that.
It's experiential learning.
Exactly.
It's another form of experiential learning. But one of the things I really want to delve into is somatic therapy practices, which is kind of a newer thing, newer researched thing. I've always joke that it's still a little woo-woo, but I promise that there's like actual solid research and evidence that it works and it's legitimate. But somatic therapy is all about mind-body connection. And in college at our theater program, we focused a lot on movement for the actor, different movement techniques, and breath work. And I even wrote my senior capstone on breath work. So it's something that I have been interested in for a while, but would never have known that I had an interest in it if I didn't have my theater degree experience.
I would also say that, like, theater gives you, like, doing theater, especially being an actor or being somebody creative in it, gives you insane amount of empathy.
Yeah.
Because something I was talking about with someone recently was, like, they were saying that, like, acting is like lying. And I completely disagree because, like, I think theater is more like empathy and is more like putting yourself in someone else's shoes and like, playing pretend, like, as a kid. Because, like, when you're, like, because that's what it is. Like, when you play pretend as a kid, you're not lying that you're a dragon, right?
Yeah.
You're not, like, telling a lie. You are embodying something as you would imagine it to be. You are using your imagination, and, you know, empathy is a huge, a huge part of that. And so I think acting in theater makes you more empathetic.
Yes, absolutely. You have to be emotionally open and vulnerable to be an actor, because you are embodying experiences that you have not necessarily lived.
Yeah.
But you have to figure out a way to connect to those experiences to portray the character authentically. And that's part one. And part two is that you're telling this story over and over and over again, where it's not like film, where you just are doing chunks of it at a time. You're doing the whole thing through. You're living the whole story through multiple times, every night, at least once a day, you know. And you, as theater professors would say, you have to keep it fresh, right?
Yeah.
Directors would say you have to keep it fresh, and you have to be constantly. God, I sound like a professor.
But you have to do it as if because this audience.
You have to make the discoveries.
Yeah.
Every single day.
You have to pretend like you have never. No, but you're right. You pretend like you've never done like you've never experienced these things before.
And this is theater propaganda.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like it's again, like, we're not theater haters. We love. I mean. I don't know about you. I love theater, and, like, theater
I have a complicated relationship.
Yes, theater is a beautiful and amazing art form, and it's why I fell in love with it, you know, all those years ago, and, like, why I decided to get a degree in it, and, like, you know, I don't regret getting one in it. I think what's really hard is that we live in a capitalist society, and nobody actually wants art and to like portray things, and for you to make a solid living out of doing art things.
At the end of the day, all I know is that whatever job I could get with my degree in theater and communications that has to do with what I learned in my coursework, that job will never, ever be taken by AI.
And you're right about that.
Yeah. So I never have to worry about that.
But also, like, I have so many thoughts about AI. My brother is writing this really cool Substack right now about AI and about how it relates to creativity, and about how it could potentially, because if we get like a UBI, like a universal basic income, and, like, all of the actual, like, you know, creation jobs and all of, like, the things that keep society running are taken by AI, then it will give more opportunity for artists to, like, actually make stuff. And the stuff that, you know what I'm saying? And then all the stuff that corporations want to use for art, they can just use AI for, and people can just, and it can be shitty and people won't mind that, but, like, the real stuff will be made by, like, people who actually love to make stuff.
I think, yeah, I mean, I also think that the more prevalent AI becomes in our world, the more human our art will become.
Yeah. And it's, you know,
because
it's
we're
a
just
back
going
and
to
forth.
continue
Give and take.
We're just going to continue to double down on the human experience, right?
Yeah.
And because if we feel like it's being threatened, or that things are being taken away from us. This is the one thing. Art is the one thing you cannot take away from humanity.
Yeah, because
right? You
it's
can't
inherently
replicate
human.
it.
Yeah, it's about the human experience and what it's like to feel and be human. Unless, of course, artificial intelligence becomes sentient and is able to feel human emotions, then of course I think they could arguably make art. Detroit Become Human is one of my favorite video games, and it explores this. So like that too. So on this note, I will have to say, like, we have to start wrapping up this pod, but
absolutely.
I want to say thank you so much, Arielle, for being here. Like, this has been so much fun. I have had such a great time. Like, thank you for being an amazing first guest.
Lou, thank you.
Yeah.
This has been such a great time. This is the first podcast I've ever been on.
The first of many.
Which is so exciting. I hope you'll have me back one day.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm really honored to be here. Would you like to go grocery shopping now?
I would. This has been I Like to Think I'm Interesting. And get ready, because we're about to have, once again, the closer. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Longer than I thought it would be, but it's